Hey guys, so today we are at Pearl Harbor, the memorial site. So today we're going to go and check out and see a little bit about what happened here in person. There's some people behind me with a VR headset on right now, so I don't know what that's about, but yeah, let's check it out and see what's going on. Hey guys, my name's James and I'm doing a Travel Hawaii series. So I'm gonna take this camera and take you guys around the island and show you everything that Hawaii has to offer. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can keep up to date with all my travels. And yeah, let's go and enjoy this amazing island together. As we walk into the memorial, we're met by this huge green expanse with the Tree of Life sculpture in the middle. This is a universal symbol of the interconnectedness of all life on Earth, and it was incorporated into the memorial by an architect named Alfred Price. We have two main museums here, the Road to War and the Attack Museum. First off, we go into the Road to War Museum, where we're met with the faces of the people of Oahu, who were here when everything happened. As we continue to go through, we're met by the code breaking and the processes behind it of how we managed to understand that Japan was about to attack and how we managed to anticipate that. There's models of the ships that were there for the Japanese and the American side, and we're met by the sheer numbers of the military strength in the Pacific. As you can see, Japan had a huge presence for that. As we continue to walk around, we see some amazing weaponry that was used and the sheer size of it, and to know that these were being thrown down from aeroplanes and torpedoing through the water to be able to take out the ships and stuff is pretty crazy, especially when you see how serene it is outside. You can't imagine how that would have felt being in that moment when all this was happening. I haven't seen Pearl Harbor yet, and I keep meaning to see it. Maybe I'll watch it later on today. But yeah, I bet it puts it into a completely different perspective after walking through this museum, as opposed to either just watching the movie or just visiting the museum. We head over into the Attack Museum, and this is a place where it talks about how we entered into World War II. As you can see, the torpedoes are being thrown from the planes through the water and into the battleships. This is definitely something that I can't quite comprehend, and I don't think anyone can unless they're in a situation. They actually have this old torpedo that was it wasn't actually detonated. They had to detonate it, and this is the results of it. So they managed to salvage that and be able to have it in the museum as well. We then take the boat over to the memorial, which sits over one of the ships that was sunk in Pearl Harbor. When we're approaching over to this memorial, you get to see this awesome submarine that we're going to check out a bit later, but also you get to see the sheer number of people that come to visit this memorial. Bear in mind the current climate, obviously numbers are a bit lower, but it was definitely quite busy. So I can't imagine it when tourism is in full swing. Everyone's eager to get off the dock and get onto the memorial, and everyone on the memorial is eager to get onto the boat. So it's quite an easy switch around. And once you get there, it seems quite chaotic because of the switch of people, but after they leave, it turns into like a bit more tranquil and serene. There's not too much to see because there is a lot of waves over the boat, but you do get to see some parts of it that are sticking out, and there is some oil that's still rising from the boat as well. There's also a list of names of all the fallen from the war, so that's quite interesting to see as well. As we look around, you can still see some of the fleet of the Navy that's here, and there's still quite a strong military presence on Oahu, so it's definitely crazy to see that this is still in effect, really. super pretty out here and peaceful and tranquil. We just checked out the memorial. What did you guys think of that? It was alright, but I think definitely here is a lot nicer. And I like learning the history a bit more than just seeing the boat under the water. It's a shame they didn't have like some glass or something so that we could see it properly, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You should check it out if you come over here. It's good to learn a little bit as well. We're gonna go and check out a submarine now, so stick around. As we walk onto the submarine, you really get a sense of how small it is, and as you descend below the decks, it's really crazy. You can't imagine how crazy it would have been with the amount of people that were actually on the submarine as well. So if you live in a submarine or work on a submarine, like I don't know how you do it. It's so tight in here, it's crazy. Dining room. Once you see how many beds are actually in the submarine and how small the living conditions were, I actually don't know how anyone did it, or still does for that matter. Along with being surrounded by all the machinery and everything that is within the submarine and how cramped the conditions are, it's pretty crazy. I don't know why anyone joins the Navy. Along with that, when we first descended in, there were some huge missile replicas that were also on there that you could see, and that was pretty interesting to see as well. They definitely take up a lot of space. But yeah, we just continued to wander on through, got to see where the engine was and how everything operates and runs, and how crazy it would have been to have experienced that. And after probably about 10 minutes, I was pretty over it. So yeah, I have mad respect for anyone that actually is in the Navy or anything like that. Oh, and this is a picture as well of some of the people that were in the Navy and where they actually sat for the pictures. So that was pretty cool. Alright, so we're done with Pearl Harbor. What do you guys think of that? That submarine behind me right now is crazy. I definitely could not live in that. I don't know how they managed. And just the idea of like bombs going off when you're like in it, like in the warning signs and stuff, you just know you're gonna drown. Like that would have been so scary. But yeah, thanks for checking out today's episode on Pearl Harbor. And I'm glad you guys stuck around and came along. And I will catch up with you soon.